Oh, hello YouTube, Luke here again. Next video for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just a tournament report and deck profile for today's tournament. Tied second, basically. We actually only had like 3 rounds in Swiss today because we only had 12 people, and because there was only one person that was undefeated after the third round. They actually, they stopped the tournament there, and then they went to GOAT format. But anyway, I was pretty happy with how it turned out anyway, so I'll just get into the deck now. It's like with the deck profile now. So 3 Satellarknight Deneb, 3 Satellarknight Altair, sorry, 2 Vega, 1 Sirius. This is terrible, this card. This just doesn't do anything for me. The last couple of weeks, it's basically, I kept drawing this in my opening hand today, which was not very good. But yeah, I just haven't found it after playtesting the last 2 weeks. It just doesn't do anything to me. I think I'll just put it in the Avarice instead. I mean, it targets any 5 monsters, and then I draw a card. This one has to be 5 tellers, so I figure that's a better card. Anyway, 3-star Seraph Scepter, 3-star Seraph Sovereignty, of course, 2 Honest, and 2 Max C. The first time I put Max C in today is actually really good. So I'm going to keep 2 Max C's in there. They worked really well today. So spells, I don't run too many. I just run 3 Reinforcement of the Army, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, Raigeki, and Assault Charge. Traps, 2 Stellar Nova Alpha. I found 2 is better than 3 for this build. Obviously, if you're just running plain Satellarknight, then you'd want 3 of these ones. But I found, like last week, they weren't really good at 3. So that's why I put 2. And I found them they work better this week, just having them at 2. I only really had them when I actually needed them. Yeah, it wasn't like drawing plenty and having them just useless at times. They're actually all right this week. Still running the 3 Call of the Haunted, 3 Fiendish Chain. That's been really good for me the last couple of weeks. 2 Mind Crush. They're good as well. They're pretty good. Solemn Warning, Torrential Tribute, and Bottomless Trap Hole. The extra deck. Full. I got it. Got the cards I wanted. Arrived in the mail, so I like the extra deck a lot better this week. So 2 Deltaros and a Trevere, and I got the Evil Swarm Ouroboros. So I got the second Deltaros and the Ouroboros this week, and also had the Exciton Knight. I didn't actually use it today, but anyway, I've got one. Lavalval Chain, Gargia Cowboy, Castell. I got number 86 and number 80 as well. He worked pretty well today in one duel. Abyss Dweller, there's a number 101, Can Gorgon, Heroic Champion Excalibur, and Photon Papal Operative actually won me a duel today. 2 duels today it won me. Well, 2 games, I mean. But one of them, both of them led to winning me the match. Extra deck, I had a 3rd Max C in there. Basically, we do have a 1 or 2 Ritual Beast players, and I also used it, put it in there when I played against Burning Abyss in the first round. But anyway, I'll get to that soon. 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, they were very good. Satellarknight Skybridge, actually take one of them in when I was playing, because I knew I might come up against Nekroz, and they used the Valkyrie, so use the Skybridge. So that's one thing that can help. 2 Flying Sea, 2 Dark Hole. They were for Nekroz, in case I got Jin locked. That's why I put them in there. 2 Puppet Plant. Also got the Satellarknight Constelled Diamond. I've put it back in its normal sleeve now, but yeah. And 3 Shared Rides, which were pretty good. So round 1 was against Burning Abyss. I won that one 2-0 fairly comfortably, actually. He just ran out of resources, and I had cards to stop him. He actually went for a Dark Law on his first turn. I was able to, I got the Fiendish Chain out on it. That helped a lot. He just basically just ran out of monsters. I know I Satellarknight Alpha one of the monster's effects. I think it might have been Scarm or something like that, which, no, it wasn't Scarm actually, or something else, but I had 2 Fiendish on the field. to start with, one for Dark Law and one for Tour Guide when he tried to summon Tour Guide. He had Scum first turn, put that in the graveyard for the Tour Guide. Then on his next turn when he summoned the Tour Guide, I finished that. So I know on my next turn after that, I just travared the field. After I destroyed the Tour Guide first, and then I just used Travare and just returned my finishes back, and he wasn't able to get Dante's or anything out. Game one, he just he didn't have the monsters. Basically, he just had like spell and trap cards, which didn't really help him too much. So yeah, I was able to win that one. Second game, I just shut him out with Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I got one on my first turn, and he let me go first, and I just flipped it over, and that's what won me it. In the end, he just wasn't able to do anything. It was even when he Fiendish winged it to try and stall me for a turn, I just did the Star Seraph play and just got it straight back. That's so that's how I was able to get over him. So I won that fairly comfortably. Next round didn't go quite so smoothly. It was against Chaos Dragon Lightsworn of the Chaos Dragons. Just Chaos Sworn, I suppose you'd call it nowadays. But yeah, that was very interesting how that went. I lost the first duel, the first game. Just wasn't able to get over his monsters. I just didn't have what I wanted at the time. I had the Sirius first turn. It's like, God, that's the only monster I had. And like 2 Call the Hornets and stuff like that. I was trying to hold out in the end, but eventually he just went, he managed to get a few more cards in the grave, just went Light Pulsar, Blackluster Soldier. He used, and he got to, I actually Fiendish chained to Michael, but then he was able to get rid of the Fiendish with neutralize it anyway with the Royal Decree. He was manning 3 Royal Decrees and neutralize that, was able to banish a 101 that I had because I took a Dark Flare. So yeah, that's what happened. That was the play that won. I had his Michael Fiendished, but he flipped over the Royal Decree, banished my 101, which sent Dark Flare Dragon back to his graveyard, allowed him to summon the Blackluster Soldier. All I had on the field at the time was Lavalval Chain. I had it ready. I put the Star Seraph Sovereignty on top, because that was my next play if I was able to get through it, but I wasn't able to. He won that game. Third game, trying to think. I didn't actually really side anything in. I think I put in another Maxi. I took out something, but I can't remember what it was. But anyway, that Maxi actually worked well. Because I knew if he was going to use Glob Bulb or if he was going to Synchro Summon, I knew that part. Plus he had like Luminous, which helped. These helped a lot. I was able to basically just the Fiendishes worked this time because when he did use the Raw Decree, I had the Stellanova Alpha. That's how I was able to get over it. And basically, I actually Mind Crush one of his monsters. I think it was a JD. He got a JD back from the Eclipse Weaving effect. I Mind Crushed that. He just ran out of cards because I also used no, that was the game 3 actually. I used that one, but actually Photon Patrol Operative is what won me that game in the end by putting a monster whatever he had. Yeah, because basically he did have a Necro Gardener at the time, so that's how Photon Patrol Operative won for me by flipping the monster back into attack mode. So the Necro Guard negated the first attack, but couldn't get over the next 2, and plus I inflicted damage with the first monster, and then the second one was able to attack for game. That's how I was able to win that one. Third game didn't go so long. I used number 80, Rhapsody Berserk, to get rid of a couple of his monsters in his graveyard. So he wasn't able to get his chaos plays happening turn. So don't remember the rest of it. But once again, I had a 101 on the field. I got rid of something. It might have been like a chaos sorcerer. Attached that to it with a 101. But that game 3 as well, I also used the Papal Operative to win. had like 3 monsters on the field, got 3 monsters on the field. I know Trevered at one point as well. Can't remember all of it, unfortunately, but yeah. So yeah, that won me both games. Yeah, well, game 2 and 3 anyway. Third round was against Nekroz. I knew I'd come up. I had a feeling I'd come up against it. I actually lent him a card. I lent someone else a couple of Valkyries as well. It was playing Nekroz. I know there's at least 2 Nekroz players. First game, I wasn't really able to do too much. Basically, had the series in hand again first turn, which annoyed me. But yeah, he kind of just tried to swarm me a lot and do stuff. Basically, I was able to get over a Unicorn with a Can Gorgon. Then he just had good plays after that. Wasn't really able to do too much, fortunately. So that's how that one happened. Second game just went the whole distance. It was a stalemate for a lot of it. We shared ride. Had shared ride first turn. So I just played that when he started using cards. Actually, my opening hand in that game was actually really funny. I had like a Sovereignty and just 4 and 3 back row and the shared ride. So basically, I actually so I activated this guy first. He exitoned me eventually. I just thought, no. That's, I think I had like 2 Call the Horners, Stolen Nova Alpha, and this one. I just put them down there for the hell of it. Probably shouldn't have done that much, but actually it helped in the end. Sort of. Basically, I didn't take any damage that turn, because he probably could have done a lot more, but he got rid of the back row anyway. I had the shared ride, so I was able to draw lots of cards that turn. I actually drew into another shared ride. I wasn't able to make big plays either because of he had a max C, so I didn't really want him to draw more cards. This was going on for a little while because I did the shared ride again next turn. He had another max C when I wanted to do stuff. I had a max C from the second shared ride, so I was trying to stop him as well. Basically, it was just going back and forth of just having all these cards in hands, and neither player was really able to do anything. It was just a really cool duel. Just real intense, and just trying to figure out, who's going to go first, who's going to try and rush it, who's going to try and win. Basically, when he went for the push, he gin-locked me. He actually used the Klausaurus to gin-lock me. Then he went for the push. So he had the Unicorn, the Manju, or Senju was one of them anyway. That one. Then he summoned the Trish. I flipped over the Torrential. He Forbidden Lanced the Klausaurus to keep the gin lock. Everything else got done, and I had 7 cards in my hand, and he didn't banish a good one at the time. I think he actually banished a bottomless that I had. Actually, so I suppose that's an okay card. I just drew it from the max C, but it wasn't one of my monsters anyway. So I was able to just get I think I did Ouroboros first, and then I did Deltaros the next turn to destroy cards. But I can't really remember which one. But he just ran out of resources in the end. That's how I do it. That Torrential is basically what won it for me. So yeah, that duel went on forever, and eventually time was called just before I won it. And unfortunately, since that happened, it was a draw. So we weren't able to get to a 4th round since there was only one undefeated person at the time, and they had a second tournament on the GOAT format one. So there's only 3 rounds, unfortunately, but that's okay. I got 1 booster for it, Secrets. Next week's box tournament. Alright, so Cross Souls, Wall of Disruption, Perform Pal, Spike Eagle, Satellarknight Capella, Infernoid, Atodel, Frontline Observer, Mischief of the Gnomes, Pendulum Shift, Echo Oscillation, Uni-Zombie, and back to Wall of Disruption. Yeah, I didn't think I'd get anything. It felt pretty light. But anyway, that's the Star Seraph Tellarknight deck profile, and oh dear, it's really late. It's 10 p.m. No wonder I'm really tired. But anyway, that's it for today. Till next time, thank you all for watching, and see you again soon.